Hello. Hi there. Uh, yeah, not bad. Are you, you're not team, right? So you're caddy, you're the streamer, yeah? Oh, alright, no worries, yeah.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear. Driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear. Like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running. Told my boss that I'm done. Had no luck with my mom. Say, what will you do with your life? You know it's hard to survive. A cigar in my mouth. Maybe guilty but proud. Now I'm an outlaw on the run. Dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Dominate Premade cast. My name is Tame, and I'm here with Rookter today, and it looks like we're already getting into the draft immediately as we're starting here. We're going to see the Rek'Sai and Pyke taken away. Zillion's going to go away for Moze because it's a big-time comfort pick of their mid laner. It actually makes up 70% of the ranked game played. Welcome, and hello, Rookter, by the way. We had to rush that one.
Yeah, hey Tame, as you said, bans coming out thick and fast here. Thresh that was played against them in game number 2 of their series in week 3. These teams have already played each other. Currently in the standings, this is the last week of the double round robin that these guys are playing in their 4-team rosters. Mo's yet to actually drop a series right now, sitting at 5-0, and currently Tweltch level Intellect sitting at 4-1. So have dropped that previous series that I mentioned in that week 3.
So if TLI does manage to win today, then we're looking at a tiebreaker.
I missed that. Could you?
And some Siri.
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna see.
Yeah, Ash getting banned here now and getting back into the picks. This will be the first pickup. Obviously, Moze. That is Moze Gabar will be picking up on blue side. They'll be first picking, and Tweltch will be on the red for the first game.
I wouldn't be surprised to see either a. Never mind. I was gonna. A Nico picked up here since it's a good flex pick right now, but Caitlyn is a good all-around, pretty safe ADC. If I was gonna blind an ADC, it would be either her, Kai'Sa, or Xayah. So, and then if we're gonna see the Jarvan locked in there too, a good all-around. It looks like both these teams are sort of playing it safe, and TLI taking the Aurelia, which obviously can go mid or top, or if you're Piglet, who is probably retired by now, it can also be an ADC.
Yeah, TLI picking power in their first 2 picks of the game. Jarvan obviously heavy jungle presence in the early phase of the game, and just scaling here for Moze, picking up that Hecarim and Orianna. Get some really nice shockwaves in the late game, allow Caitlyn to scale up into that as well. Nice protection, nice bit of siege comp as well, with a flank from Hecarim coming in. That could be a very nice setup later on down the line.
Absolutely. It's actually one of my favorite combos is either Orianna Rakan or Orianna Hecarim. You just put the shield on the Hecarim, you wait for him to charge in, you wait for him to fear him, you just hit RW and they're all dead. It's a great feeling when you're playing. Not surprised to see the Galio. He's rising in precedence in the World Championships currently going on right now. So, he's sort of drifting down a solo queue, sitting at a 52% win rate in Plat plus Elo right now. So, Riot destroyed him, but then they sort of like incrementally buffed him back up to the point where his wave clear and damage are so obscene right now that you actually make up for the lack of utility with the flash taunt.
Yeah, as you said, a little bit of utility, lost a little bit of damage reduction, but the damage numbers are there if you're looking to pick him up into the mid lane rather than the sort of support position. Carry junglers getting removed away from washed up Riven. Aurelia also picked against him, so maybe a Camille might be locked in the top lane, or Renekton still open on the table.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Camille actually would be a good call out here, especially with the way that everything else that they have does synergize well together. And Camille's one of those characters you feel like she's always right on the fringe of the meta. Like one little tweak or just an inch in draft will let you bust out the Camille. They're winding down the pick timer here, and the Kai'Sa is no surprise. It's one of those, like I said, Xayah, Kai'Sa, Caitlyn are the pretty much blindable ADCs right now. Ezreal's kind of on that fringe too, but he's starting to get shoved out. You could see that today in the SKT versus RNG game. No spoilers, but Ezreal does not do too well in a bully lane lately.
Now, taking the Nautilus pick away potentially here, TLI support Rhaegar does favor those slightly more Enchanter supports that aren't really in a great position right now, but definitely can see some prevalence. Karma, Nami, and Morgana, all potential possibilities. Actually, I kind of like the Morgana into Nautilus as well. Can definitely hinder some of that engage. Nami is slightly maybe a more riskier pick, because you do really need to be on the ball with that bubble if Nautilus is looking for a hook with Igniter.
I think they were thinking ahead, because if you notice, Morgana's already banned.
Oh, sorry.
That's quite all right. That's why I'm here.
As you say, so maybe looking for like a Karma or Nami here for the last pickup here.
I'm calling the Nami out. Yeah, I think it's going to be the Nami here. I mean, the wave creates a great opportunity for J4 and Aurelia to get in there. Obviously, Galio, as J4 jumps in, can jump on that. And what just happened? It's Galio support.
I say it is a Galio support.
It's
Okay.
Galio support, even though, I mean, Core JJ did play it at the Worlds, so it's obviously viable. He does do a lot of damage now. He's almost a combination between a like tanky engage support like an Alistar, but also like a mage support like a Zyra Brand, because of how good his damage is right now. It's pretty hard to ignore how hard a Galio can actually hit you. So I like
exactly.
both these drafts. I think both teams have a really good read on the meta, and they also scouted each other out, getting rid of comfort picks, but also adhering to them. So I think both these teams have a great beat on what's going on. It's really hard for me to pick like a clear winner here based off of the drafts. I don't know if you would disagree with me here. I think both teams did well.
Yeah, I think scaling definitely is there for Mo's Gabar prevalence with the Jax, Caitlyn, and Orianna. So if Hecarim can have a good early game, potentially scale up to a Triforce with that Predator, really look to add something to the mix. So I think the onus is on the Jarvan here, Do You Squirt a Lot, which is a rather entertaining name as well, for TLI. To make things happen in the early game, you know, you do get that nice power spike if you do get that Radiant Triforce going with that Rumble magic penetration as well. Nice double combo there. Put a Galio on the top of the drum, and that is a tried and tested combination right there. So we will see if they can execute that.
Or we'll also see on the other side if Moze can simply put the ball on Hecarim and have him run. Jax is also another fantastic target for Orianna's shield ball. You know, Jax goes in there with a counter-strike, jumps right in, and then there's your RW on the Orianna. And the Jax feels pretty safe, you know, due to the knock-up and everything going around him, and then he can start beating some people down.
Yeah, I actually really like the comp for Mo's Gabar. This gives Jax a lot of room to move in a team fight, allowing the Hecarim and Nautilus to potentially engage, and then finding the right window for Jax to really lay down the damage, like go for the target, maybe wait for that Kai'Sa to reposition, and then look to lock targets onto that carry, play around the Rumble lock, play a little bit slower as well, and then really turn on a fight, which Orianna can do so well with that shockwave. When you want that burst damage, it is there available to you.
So all that said, before we go to a brief break here, from what we've discussed and what you see, who wins this? Just a quick pick.
Mo's won the Series 2-0, and I think that they have the scaling team, so if they can play a little bit safe in the early game, I'm giving this game to Mo's, unfortunately.
Also going to give it to Moze as well, based on history and based on the ease of execution of their comp instead of Tweltch level intellects. Wow, that is a mouthful. You're right.
Yeah, Tweltch level intellects here. So we will be right back just after a quick break while we just load into the game. As you can see, the pick and bans are there. Looking forward to that. This is week 6 of the Dominate Premade League here at Risen Esports.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear. Driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear. Like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running.
Welcome back, everyone. We are getting on to the Rift right now for this Dominate Premade showdown between Moze and Tweltch level Intellect. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the Moze Game Bar team here. Bring it up in the top lane. We have Washed Up Riven on the Jax, not having a bad day on the Hecarim in the jungle. Mowgli the Cat taking it easy on the Orianna in the mid lane. Gandhi Donut playing the Kate in the bot lane as ADC, and as the support, Kenny Master Lin on the Nautilus. Welcome back, by the way, Rookter.
Yeah, hello team. Looking forward to this best of 3 here today for week 6 of the Premade Open Dominate League. And they definitely have their work cut out for them. 5-man stack here for Moze, but on the red side, we do have 12th level Intellect played by Wild Terry on the Rumble. C9 Reject, who's coming in as a bit of a replacement. Do Squirt has been playing the jungle, and he's now filling for support today with the Kai'Sa here by Lee, Senjong, and Margarine in the mid lane position on that Aurelia.
So before we get into the real game here, one thing that stands out to me right away, Phase Rush Orianna. Never seen it. The stats I have here don't even show it as a pick. Orianna runs about 91% of the time, runs airy. So I'm not sure if that's maybe a new emergent meta that I'm missing out on, or if they're just going to try something a little bit spicy here with that Orianna pick in the mid lane.
I think Mowgli as a character in the league does like his mobility, so definitely having that available to him is nice. He generally does prefer the Glacial Augment, but rather than slowing the enemy down, he's just trying to speed himself up. Gives Orianna a nice little niche there, as Orianna can quite nicely kind of kite it out. Potentially going to give him a few more clockwork wind-ups in the trade as well, so a little bit more damage that way. So maybe not quite wanting to go for that slightly more poke-heavy airy build as well.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I'm just surprised by it. Seems like we have some decent skirmishes going in on the two solo lanes. As the camera's jerking around a little bit, it looks like Rumble has an actual pretty good early advantage against the Jax, just like you had predicted there. Already taking a 10 CS lead here in only 2 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. With that Flame Spitter, just has a nice early lead, but nice little bit of a trade back there. A lot of minions, though, so Jax can't pursue his advantage too much there. Actually forcing the flash out of Margarine in the middle lane here, as not having a bad day, just makes his presence known there. Answered potentially up towards that top side. C9 Reject trying to look to invade here. They might be fighting over the blue buff. C9 Reject does have his smite as well. Is a little bit low. Doesn't have priority, but Orianna might be looking to come over. I think this is with the Rumble. They'll be taking the blue buff here.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a bit of a skirmish over there, or are they just...
Yeah, smite away. I think they actually won this. Like, pushed into the wall, flag and drag away. The Ignite is also down, but it's that Wild Terry has to flash away to his team. Margarine there doesn't actually quite land the stun there around as they're trading in the bottom lane as well. The exhaust comes out there for Mowgli the Cat, tries to get a little bit of damage back, but this is a very, very low Rumble. Not having a bad day, maybe looking for something a little bit as well. Actually managing just to clear that, and the Rift Scuttle is up as well, so maybe the fighting will continue.
They just won't stop. Every lane, all the time, both these teams trying to take over this early game, as we are seeing, you know, summoners blown all over the place. You saw the Jax flash to get away from the Aurelia stun there. Just nobody wants to be first blooded, but everybody wants to style on everybody. So we get these really heavy skirmishes early, as it looks like plate's going to go down already in favor of Moze there, which is a very early plate.
And the bottom lane, Nautilus, Caitlyn, a lot of range, a lot of safety. Can definitely push up with this Caitlyn. Kai'Sa's wave clear at the start of the game isn't that wonderful. But just spotted on a blue ward there. C9 Reject just going to clear that out and just make its presence known in the bottom lane. Also can rotate back up to that bottom scuttle.
So see, just looking across the board here, CS dead even in the but on the bot lane, Moze has a 10 lead, and in the top lane, Moze has a 10 deficit. So it's balancing out pretty much evenly across the board. The way that the pace of this game, I'm looking for first blood to come here within the next minute or two, honestly.
Yeah, while Terry actually has the wave nicely placed here, as a nice little trade here comes up for Washed Up Riven, actually getting the recently teleported Wild Terry fairly low as well, having to pop his refillable potions already, whereas we've got a few corrupting potions left to go here for Washed Up Riven. Just trying to play around the wave. I was about to comment on the fact that Terry did have a nice sort of like wave freeze there, but he has to push it out.
Oh, didn't have vision in the bush.
Yeah, not quite going to land that stun there. But on the bot lane as well, a stun comes out. Nautilus just tanking up all the threats, having to flash away. Tries to re-engage there, does. Forces a flash out of his alternate support.
Oh, man. These teams are so evenly matched as we have a skirmish in the mid lane, too. They just won't stop. Everybody's got to keep fighting. There's so much hype in this early game projected thus far. And yet, all this damage, and nobody's dead, and there's only 100 gold separating the team.
Yeah, while Terry actually manages to push out the wave, find a little bit of a back pace for them, a couple of shots down for this Jax into the top lane. Forces a TP out in the middle lane here for Margarine as well. Backs for a Tiamat, so nice presence for him. Available, be able to wave clear against that Orianna who is stacking up.
Item buys are going to start to come online here. You know, Rumble taking that early game, grabbing a Dark Seal, the Doran, and the boots. Oh,
there's a trade in the middle lane as well, having to force it out. But there's the first blood coming out for Margarine as they're trading into the bottom. The Ignite is down on the Caitlyn. Caitlyn flashed upon here. Lee Sunjung going to get the first kill in the bottom now. The hook going to be there, but the knock-up is there for Do You Squirt. Secures that double, but in the middle lane, it's Margarine trying to look to trade again.
Oh my goodness, that Galio knockup in the bot lane hit with just the last, 100 units. It was within one Teemo of Nautilus getting away there. Gotta be feeling good right now if you're TLI. Quickly grabbing an almost 2k gold lead off that early pressure.
We're talking about first blood, but how about 3-tame? That was a very explosive start there. Really nice for Margarine as well, getting that early Tiamat's Bow Spike and using it to his advantage.
And then staying and fighting two members. No fear. As you do see Terry up in the top lane there on that Rumble piloting. That Flame Spitter just took about half of Washed Up Riven's health. He doesn't know what to do. He's trying to talk to his tower for advice, but it's like, nah, man, I got nothing to say to you. Get back out there.
They definitely are trading thick and fast. But this is what we said that the TLI's comp needs to do. It needs to try and find some advantages earlier on in the game. Make that Jarvan work for them, and they did. And they have, and the solo laners as well. Just trying to put on pressure what they can.
Item buys are starting to stack up here. You know, Aurelia has
that. Rumble ult coming down there. He's down He's going to get stunned up as well, but not in tower range. That means that Washed Up Riven's out of cooldowns. Will Wild Terry is taking a lot of aggro. Hecarim's going to be there as well. He's got the red buff. He's going to have the burn. He's level 5, but C9 Rejects on the pursuit as well. He's going to take a couple of tower shots here, but Washed Up Riven now has to try and get back out of it as well. The stun is there. Terry looking a little bit low, but it's the Cataclysm that secures it here for TLI. Moving forward, Margarine as well. The mid laners have rotated up to the top lane. Margarine, the shockwave is there, but it's not going to be used. And crawling health bars here for TLI walking away.
Goodness, that was so tense. I was just waiting for Terry after Jax used the Counter-Strike. You expect, Rumble, even with the ult down, to go and pursue that. Had a wave crashing into the tower. He's like, no, I'm going to wait for this. Felt like it was going to turn against them, and it ended up working for them. Very tense situation there as we do see TLI go up 4-0 in this early game.
Yeah, nice little passage to play as well. We do have the Tear of the Goddess stacking up here for Lil Sojung, but it's that BF sword buy here for Godi, looking to pursue, get a second plate potentially on this wave here in the bottom lane. Nice little bit of water up here for TLI, so they could definitely collapse if they do overextend. You do have the roaming Margarine as well, just looking for what they can make around the map.
One thing worth mentioning is that Oriana does not have a lost chapter yet, so that's why Aurelia has been able thus far to outmaneuver her. We're seeing a kill lead and almost a 20 CS lead, and until Oriana gets that chapter, it's tough. I mean, you can farm, you can clear wave a little bit, but it gets a little salty. Looks like okay, Rookter's back. Welcome back, my friend.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Lost
yeah,
you
now
there
they
for
are
a
starting
second.
up the dragon. TLI gonna be pursuing this, but it's the Galio that looks to go in, but so much damage comes out of Goni Donut. There's a double going over here to Mo's Gay Bar, and this is the cleanup duty. Nautilus is running away with a sparsity of health there. 2,000 health on the dragon, and that will be their prize. Collapsed around, and we're there from 0-4 down to 4-4. Dragon pursued there. This means more plates here for Godi in the bottom lane as well. Massive advantage going over to Mo's Gay Bar.
Absolutely disastrous play there from TLI. You gotta wonder how they took such a risk and just completely let their team fall apart there. And you see, as Terry did have the TP up there, I guess they might have made the call that it just wasn't worth it to even try to salvage the situation, so he didn't come in there. Or maybe it was overconfidence. Maybe they're like, we got this, we're good. Oof, you hate to see it though when you see a team take an early game advantage like that, and they're actually down 1,000 gold in a mountain now. They're right back in it, as we do see the Oriana pick up the chapter and the Seeker's Arm Guard standard against a melee mid. So now Oriana will be able to match the Aurelia in the roams as well. So, I mean, this is, wow, that game turned quickly. This is looking actually really good for Moze right now.
Yeah, Tame, you mentioned that teleport for a while, Terry, there as well. Like, when you're setting up for that dragon fight, you have that rumble, you have that massive equalizer available to you. You really need to be talking to your top laner at that point, saying, like, you have this teleport available, this is a play we're making, be ready for that. Obviously, Jax can use his counter-strike, stun that. Jarvan may be looking for something in the top lane as well, as I talk about that. But you want to utilize this early lead, and they didn't do it. Oh, Flag and Drag actually going to get avoided there as well. The Cataclysm come down. Here's the equalizer. Ooh. Roasting the horse, but it's not going to be in their favor. A washed up Riven picks up that. Margarine as well in the middle lane, but in the top side. Not having a bad day, just scraping away there. Very nice cancel on the Flag and Drag.
Getting quickly reminded. Oh!
As well, flashed upon the heel, comes down. The exhaust is there. Now Kenny, Master Lin, has to get away, but that's the ultimate there for Caitlyn. That's the ace in the hole. Being used to their advantage. Not quite going to secure anything else.
So much fighting going on everywhere around the map. First, in the top line, we're reminded that civilized nations do not eat roasted horse anymore. Bot lane, we're seeing a battle of sky and sea, and there they go!
The combo with the trap as well. Very nicely hooked in there for Kenny.
Filthy. Absolutely filthy. As we're seeing Kate be able to take advantage of some auto spacing there to get a couple hits in as well, and they're fighting at top again. They won't stop.
That's actually the Hex Drinker down now, so he has to jump away using a ward in the lane there. But a nice bar with the Hex Drinker, realizing that he probably doesn't lose this early stage of the game versus that Rumble. Probably needs to scale up into 2 items, get that Triforce finished as quickly as possible now that he's going towards that, and try and scale into the game a little bit better before he can start winning that 1v1 duel.
Absolutely correct on the information there. And we're seeing everybody, this game is so skirmishy. Look at the item buys that are coming in. Kaisa and Kate are both at an essential first item, but we're seeing a lot of like early game things being built. Like Rumble basically doesn't have a completed item yet. They're going for just sort of skirmishy. Like you mentioned, Jax getting the Hex Drinker and then into the sheet. Everybody wants to be strong now. They don't want to be strong 10 minutes from now. They're like, items, we'll finish them later. We'll buy 3 different pieces of 3 different items right now. The first tower is going to go down in the bot lane. Everything's coming up Moze, man. Early game advantage, definitely TLI's favor, but since then, Moze has just been putting it to them.
Yeah, this is excellent. This is the position where you want, like, you've got all of those plates down with that Caitlyn. You can now look to get that Rift Herald early on the push. Like, Kaiser's still back into lane a little bit behind the play, so you can make that time. I know there is good vision in the top side of the match for Tweltch level intellects, but you know that Caitlyn's going to be moving around the map now looking for more plates, but plate timing just about fallen, so a little bit behind that curve, but still in a very nice position there, finishing off that Zeal.
Yeah, we're gonna see the Jax actually become sort of a threat here soon. You know, he's died once, but he does have a kill, keeping up in level. He's down in
C9 reject, looking for something a little bit spicy here. Double ultimate coming down. The Cataclysm.
Wow, he really stayed alive for a long time, despite everything that was going on there. It looks like they are going to use that advantage that they just created to shove in the mid lane. Aurelia busting out the... Think I lost my man Rookter again. Gonna take over here myself as Kaisa shuts down the Caitlyn. Nautilus desperately trying to get out. Not gonna happen. Kenny Master Lin going down to Margarine there through the CC of the Aurelia. Woof! I think I'm on double duty right now, ladies and gentlemen, as we are gonna see TLI take a push back after equalizing the kills back out and shoving down this middle tower. Looks like the Herald will go over here to TLI. Pretty much uncontested. Not as big of an objective now that the plates are down. It's going to be picked up by J4. Not much of a surprise. So we are going to... Oh! Do we have a man? We do not have a man. So I hope you guys enjoy my dulcet tones as I will be carrying through this one as we're experiencing some technical difficulties right now. Till Richter comes back, we do have a lane switch there. Rumble going in aggressively with the Flame Spitter. Jax busting out the Counter-Strike. Rumble backing off, wisely overheating there. We're going to see the members of Moze gather up and start to push down towards the bottom lane here. Or are they squaring up for this Clown? Looks like Clown Drake might be a sweet objective for them, more so than ganking the Rumble. So they're gaining priority vision around the map. And it looks like TLI is also doing their own dance around this Drake.
Oh, hopefully you can hear me, Tame, now. Sorry
I can hear you. You're
difficulties.
back. Welcome back.
I had to reassess that and reload it into Discord. It was acting up on a little bit. But yes, Cloud Drake will be the prize right now. Just trying to secure the vision there. Gondi in a very nice situation. But here is the Rage Blade finish for Lee Sun-jung. So potentially an answer for that as well. Triforce slowly going to come out of Margarine as well. Has been picked up by the Hecarim. Hecarim's had a very sterling early game here. So definitely can play around that.
Yeah, I mean, Hecarim with Triforce and the Conqueror is a huge spike for... Usually between about 15 and 25 minutes is where you expect Hecarim to really explode and carry his team through. But with the Aurelia on his side... Or no, excuse me. The Orianna on his side... As opposed to the Aurelia, you can just throw the orb on him, and Hecarim's always relevant with that ult in the charge. So a really good pickup there for that team. Looks like both teams are just going to continue to position and posture around the Drake here. Nobody really wants to commit to anything yet. This game is pretty even. It was all TLI, then it was all Moze. Then TLI's like, no, get out of my house. And now we're back pretty much even, and it looks like both teams are kind of afraid to commit to anything right now. Not NA ramming yet, but definitely pushing out waves, trending back towards that dragon. And the way it looks, I don't think that TLI is going to be able to contest Moze at this Drake with the vision control they've given up. Kate having the traps. Looking like a free Drake here.
Yeah, definitely stepping onto the trap there as well. C9 Rejects actually looking to re-engage us half health. The Equalizer come down. The Cataclysm is there, but Gondi has to force the heal as well. Burns down from that Equalizer. That was a very nice max range on that one. Trading lives there, but the objective does go down. It is Moze Gaybar taking yet another victory for that one-for-one trade, though. Maybe a little push mid lane, but there's just not enough minions to take it down with the tower.
Not quite yet, especially you're going to see the... Orianna has picked up that Blasting one, so you combine the ability power of the Blasting one, the Lost Chapter, and the Seeker's Arm Guard. Basically, QW will clear the waves on Orianna at this point. Oh!
There's a little bit of shockwave under the tower as well. Margarine's going forward, wants that Orianna, gonna pick it up, but there's Ignites, there's tower shots. It's all going down. Kenny as well has a hair's breadth away from dying, but it's not having a bad day. Gets the ultimate out of Lee Sun-jung, has to reposition. Now it's having a bad day, having to run. But the ace in the hole picks up a kill on the spiky little back end of that washed up Riven as well. Gets his Hex Drinker procs. Now he's in no man's land. He has to jump away, but Wild Terry flashing forward. Going to be roasting him alive with the slow. I think there might just be enough CDR on the kit. Yeah, there you go. Jax gets away on the backside of that.
And even in the mid lane, they can't stop.
Still going, mate. The last little tick there doesn't quite pick it up. Gondi not gonna be the reciprocal of his 6th kill.
Goodness, Gandhi really taking advantage of Kate's range there, making great use of that champion's ability to just sort of be right in tower range, but still harassing you as they're sort of desperately popping the Herald here. Wondering if it's going to get a charge off. You know, Mowgli is getting back into the mid lane right now, so are they going to be able to push with this Herald to get a charge or not? It's already down to 4k health. Let's see if it's going to get this tower.
I'm just going to get around the backside. No, it's not going to happen.
No.
But the it did! Kenny's up in it, but it's all down to the wire. Lee Sun-jung having to get the first kill there. Gondi now trading back. The aggression coming out here for Mo's Gay Bar as they're lurching forward. Washed up Riven dives a little bit too deep, takes the tower shot. And it's Lee Sun-jung trying to clear up the fight. Triple kill onto that. Can they get Gondi now taken down by Mowgli's the cat?
Oh my god.
Looking for that. The flag and drag is there. The knock up, the flash forward, and it's a double kill over, but it's a quadra there for Lee Sun-jung.
Sacrificing his life for the greater good of the Kaisa there. We're seeing a 4 for 4, a 7-2 Kaisa with 2 completed items going back to the bank with a bunch of money in the bank right now, and a fat shutdown gonna pick up a woof and a dagger, so that Kaisa is becoming even more potent right now. Mowgli will take the mid turret as a concession there, but oh my goodness, you think these teams are it's like their families are being threatened in this game or something. Like, if you lose, I'm kidnapping your dad. I don't know, the way that they're playing, there's so much spite in these attacks and these trades. I love it.
There's a risky business out there currently on the Rift, as the blue buff will be awarded over to Mowgli, already limited there. Probably has to go back to base as well, as he is only sitting on 1 item right now, and the components of that arm guard looking for that Sonya's Hourglass right now. Washed up Riven as well, skating up nicely, being able to participate. Everyone diving just a little bit too deeply. You know, they did trade that 1-for-1 kill at the end of the day, but you did burn that flash on the Kaiser to get that. Definitely wanting to protect them now that they have the bounty on their head for 250 gold, skating nicely up into the game, as you said. But Marjorie looking at, actually, like, jumps into it. Right there.
You hate
the damage
to see
is
it.
down. Gondi has to run away. Do you squirt a lot as there as well?
Oof. So, question in the top lane, was that double ult blow worth it? I don't think it was, right? We saw Aurelia throwing the ult after the death was already confirmed, and Galio...
Washed up River now. The equalizer comes out the wrong way, though. It was behind him. The stun goes forward. Washed up River looking to trade back. Does. Successful in that engage, but it's C9 Reject now looking. Has the Cataclysm available. Won't use it in this instance.
You aimed it the wrong way, man. You hate to see it, but what you love to see in his case is he does have a 50 CS lead now in the side lane on that Rumble. Already has the Leandra. He's going to be looking for a Zonia's here soon, and about another 1,000 gold coming online with those 2-item Mage Spikes. Jax, meanwhile, still sitting on the Triforce and Hexdrinker. Not seeing any Shojin out of him yet, because he is so far back.
Yeah, the Cloud Drake now spawned already. Tweltch level intellects posturing around it.
TP coming in behind Kaisa.
Picking up the damage in the bot lane, but it's lovely reposition there of the Killer Instinct, but it's not going to matter. The shutdowns there, C9 Reject as well, gets Ignite and burned down. Gondi Donut going to get that last kill of the... But do you squat a lot now? Getting pushed in. And taken down there.
Just perfect CC chain there by the side of Moe's as they do take down the Galio, and I'm going to see another free objective for them right here, and everything's coming up Moe's again. This game is just such a back and forth swing. Remember how I just criticized Jax for being behind on the items, suddenly get an 800 gold shutdown. Going to be picking up a Baron here, getting another 300 gold there, so it's a 1,100 gold just in shutdown and Baron money that they're going to be picking up here. Don't expect... Is Marjorie going to try? I don't expect a contest on this Baron here. No, it looks like they did just let the Baron fall. They did use the equalizer. However, Kaisa going to go down for the second time in just as many minutes as we see Jax fall to the Aurelia as well. Wow, what a fight at the Baron there. So how many people They're going to only walk away with 3 on the buff, but not having a bad day going back in with the Deathless Charge. Oh, can he messel in using Nautilus's shield to stay alive? And they take him down. So now we have a 3-man alive on Mo's side versus 2 on TLI's side here. And they are going to reset as a unit. Whew! What a fight or lack of fight there at the Baron. It was like, I thought they were just going to seed it, and then after they seeded the objective, they decided, you know what? We need to brawl! It's time. It's Sunday. We got nothing better to do. Let's beat each other up. So we are going to see a bunch more item power spikes come in here. Jack's just picking up basically a free BF sword off the back of that last fight. Hecarim is building, looks like he's going Triforce tank sort of build there, as he does have the Cinder Hulk over the Warrior. Excuse me there, Orianna very close to picking up a 2-item power spike here, as they already have the better part of 3 items, actually. They're building very mid-game skirmish. Lost my man Rookter again, by the way, guys. I'm
back, but I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to restart my entire computer for the game number 2. Sorry about that, guys. Team are doing a fantastic job. Thank you for covering on that one.
Yeah,
but the kills are just ramping up here for Mo's. They clearly have the Baron as well.
39 kills in 25 minutes. To put it in perspective, the average amount of kills in this high plat, low diamond elo is about 0.75 a minute. So we're trending about 25% more kills than you would see in an average game here, which is fantastic. You love to see these bloody games. Gold lead is now shifting about 4K in the favor of Mo's. They are marching up that mid lane with the 3-man Baron, splitting out, contesting Wild Terry though on the side lane, effortlessly destroying the mid lane turret here. And you got to start wondering, if you're TLI, how do we stop them? I think they might lose at least an inhib here, if not more, but Kaisa is their great hope as 3 items and then some. As Kate is also sitting on 3 items and a stopwatch, so they really don't want to make a mistake here. That stopwatch that they're...
Gondi a little bit forward there, has to get himself out of dodge right now, but it's the Galio coming to charge around. There is a stopwatch you just mentioned, but they're just getting corralled here as well. The shockwave was massive. It's a double kill now. Gondi's still alive through all of it. Gets the damage down, gets himself a triple, overdive there. The Jax wasn't even involved, and it's an ace going over to Mo's Gabar.
You gotta wonder there, what was TLI seeing in that chase down the mid lane? You know, when the enemy team has the Baron, you concede an inhib here, but now you just ceded the game. That's definitely more of a feels bad than losing the inhib, so definitely a misplay coming out of TLI there. Maybe some nerves or just miscommunication to really force that out. As Death Timer's still 3 seconds on the J4. I'm not sure if he's going to be back into this game in time to be relevant, but it does look like they're pulling back due to not having a bad day, being very low, choosing to play this one out a little bit more conservatively than what I would have liked to see. I think if they committed there, that wave was cresting, I believe they could have ended the game. Unless they were afraid of J4 1v3ing, or that they couldn't kill him before the other members of TLI came up. But, you know, sometimes the safe plays are game winners. And you can actually see in the chat, Do You Squirt A Lot actually called GG, and then when they backed off, he goes, oh. So even TLI thought the game was over. Maybe they're going to rub it in here, as Moses taking them down to the gay bar here, displaying the Tweltch level of intellect. It appears to be fitting team names so far.
Yeah, you could see what their plan was. The Caitlyn was a little bit overextended, but just being able to net about.
Rookter is kill, guys. It's just me. I'm cold. I'm alone. Send food. We need our best people on this one. If anybody has any memes, you can send me those too. Discord is tame. #1657. Would definitely appreciate that, as we are going to see Mo's play these side lanes out here as the Baron buff is falling off. We had a 5,000 gold Baron power play, which is massive for Mo's. Oh, TLI, I feel like they're overextended even just being out of their base before Mo's comes in to finish this one off. C9 Reject taking about a third of his health there just from ambient poke around the tower. Mo's look like they're going to be moving in, full committing on on the top lane there, and we're going to see another Drake fall to the Jax. They're just soloing it out because, hey, why? Mose is just maybe waiting for that next Baron to end the game at this. With how much domination you have, a 10k gold, the fact that you have a scaled Caitlyn with a Guardian Angel just tells me they might just be waiting for this Baron to just take it and then walk down the middle lane or the top lane and end the game. But it looks like not having a bad day here is pressuring in the top lane. Mose is just going to casually knock down the top tier 2 turret as they continue to walk forward. Galio damage doesn't mean a whole lot at this point in the game, honestly. I expected that to be a mid lane pick earlier, and I'm almost wishing it was at this point because the strength of the champion is subverted by the fact that Jax is destroying your inhibs right now, and it looks like Mose will make a move for this Baron just as I had called before they end the game. J4 is alive. C9 reject is up. They have to try it even if he goes in 1v5. You have to be looking for the smite here. Doesn't have vision. Goes in blind. Backs him off the Baron. Uses the Cataclysm. Gets blown up. No, Galio comes in to save him before he can get blown up. Gandhi just free firing on TLI, however. Looks like they are going to close in. Galio going in for the knock-up, landing it on the Orianna. Woof! Have to bust out the pipes for that one as Wild Terry will back them off the Baron. Wonderful Zhonya's use there by Wild Terry. Got to see here if he's going to not be able to take it. And the whole time, Washed Up Riven has been ending the game. It doesn't even matter that TLI was desperately clinging to life. Washed Up Riven, seeing if he can outduel the Aurelia, take down this Nexus. Can he do it? He's stunned. Low health. Nexus goes down, and it will fall to Mose in game 1. Whew. What a finish there. Definitely going to need some of those, some spicy memes as we do end game 1. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to deal with some technical difficulties here, and we will be right back for game 2 in just a moment.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear. Driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear. Like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running. Told my boss that I'm done. Had no luck with my mom. Say, what will you do with your life? You know it's hard to survive. A cigar in my mouth. Maybe guilty but proud. Now I'm an outlaw on the run. Dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go.
Welcome back to game 2 of Moe's versus TLI. We're going to see TLI on blue side this time, Moe's on the red side. Bands coming in hot and heavy, pretty predictable. TLI taking away some comfort picks and some things that scare them. Moe's taking away, getting rid of that Garen Yumi sort of shenanigan and also getting rid of 2 comfort picks here. We're going to see Ashe locked in instantly by TLI this time. Banned away last time. Rookter's back here with us, and we're also seeing Morgana picked up. Ooh, Kate Morgana by Moe is one of the most devastating bot lanes in high elo play, and honestly across all elo play. That's a good power pick there for Moe's. Welcome back, Rookter, by the way.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tame. I love this Ashe pick actually. It does actually fare fairly well into Caitlyn as AD's carries go. Fairly nice range on her, and obviously you can just slow. You can also go that Arcane Comet kind of like poke build in lane to get the Caitlyn a little bit low. Morgana has a black shield, but can't really heal back any damage that the Ashe will do. Swain locked in as well here for Tweltch level intellects. So bans coming out thick and fast again. That Zillion ban dedicated to Mowgli, the cat as well, Thresh, and they didn't like the Hecarim last game. Rek'Sai, Pike, and Garen banned out here for Moe's Gay Bar as well as the Echo gets locked in. We did mention that in game number 1, but now we'll see it in game number 2. Heavily present in the play-ins and groups as well in Worlds at the moment. Strong champion,
but has yet to find a win at Worlds. Interesting stat. Echo has literally not found a win, and he's sub-1 KDA at the 2019 World Championship. Not to say the champion's bad. I think pros might have just been picking him up as flavor of the month and been like, I'm not sure how I feel on this. As we will see Moe's take out the Nico. I was going to say, I thought the Nico was something they usually pick, not something they usually ban, but I do like so far in TLI's draft how they have some flexibility. We've seen Swain support. We've also seen, Echo can go jungle, he can go mid. So, I mean, they have some flex in their draft if there's any kind of a counter pick coming out. There you see Moe's does not ban the Nico. I was going to say, think they want to ban away the Nico when it's something they pick a lot. Riven getting taken off the table here for obvious reasons, considering the player's name is Washed Up Riven. And last ban coming out for Moze here. Can't really predict anything here. It looks like they did take out a lot of the comfort picks and the shenanigans that they already would have targeted.
Yeah,
Kiana.
TLI actually picked Kazakhs in their game number 1 against Moze in the third week that they did play each other. So definitely fairly versatile champion pool here for a while, Terry, as we'll see what he locks in as well for that last ban here for TLI. Kiana seen a lot of play recently, strong champion as well. Can probably match up quite nicely into the Echo. Both have a lot of mobility and can really roam around the map if you're looking to put them both into the mid lane. But as you say, Echo effects pick right now can be played in the mid and also the top lane, but predominantly in the jungle position. And they did like the Orianna, so Modi's just going to stick to that.
Can you ever not like the Orianna though? Like Orianna is this sort of essential, like I will blind pick this into any. I have no real hard counters kind of matchup. I've actually, since Orianna's got the R buff, been playing League a good many years, but just recently picked up Orianna. I'm like, huh, she's safe and she's easy and she's effective. I've had people bothering me to pick up Orianna for years and finally did. And there you're going to see the Camille locked in like we mentioned in the first game. It's one of those fringe meta, like always right on the edge of your ideas thing. Haven't seen a whole lot of Camille Ornn matchups there. Can't imagine that going too well early for Camille unless she lands the edge of her sweeping strike.
Yeah, had a hard time when they picked up the Camille into the Riven. The last time they played this matchup, Nocturne going to be locked in as well here for Tweltch level intellects. In terms of an answer to the Camille, though, they do still have the Renekton that I could think maybe lane bully, particularly Camille in the early stages of the game, but they have picked up that Ornn, so that'll probably be going up into the top lane. So we're looking for the jungle pickup right now.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Wait, is it a troll? Is it a lock? They didn't lock yet. Oh, they locked it. Okay, okay. So are we going? What are we seeing here? Ornn jungle?
Ornn jungle? Can Ornn jungle?
Didn't LS say that Ornn jungle was actually insane? Like he was saying that he was waiting for people to start picking Ornn jungle and that we were all sleeping on it. And then people were calling him stupid. And now we just see an Ornn jungle.
I don't think his wave clear is particularly that challenging. I know his gank resistance, particularly post level 6, but knowing that you're picking into a Nocturne, you potentially could pick up that Jarvan again or something like that. You could pick up maybe the well, they banned the Rek'Sai actually, but something like an early game prevalence in the jungle, and you could really look to run around the map like that. Maybe the Xin Zhao as well. If you
I was gonna say you'd love to see the Xin Zhao here, honestly, but I mean we're gonna see if can Moze flex on him, because that's definitely what they're attempting to do here. But you know, TLI's comp as well is kind of a little bit all over the place. They do have a good mix of AD and AP, but I feel like, again, Moze is easier to execute, and if somebody gets bound with how many squishy members they have, I mean, one bind from the Morgana, one knockup from the Ornn, one R from the Orianna, you're looking at, you know, feeding that Renekton, you're looking at that Caitlyn going legendary. I think Moze, again, has an easier combo to execute for their team.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They have 3 divers with that Echo Camille Nocturne combo, so they can definitely get onto that backline Caitlyn, try and bully the slightly more immobile Orianna as well. Let's go that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another phase rush, just to see if they could dodge out another skill and ability when that is up and available to them. But that Ashe first pick is actually very nice with these sort of like 3 diving champions. Puts the onus more on the Ashe arrow engaging rather than them, and then they can follow up on that initial engage. Maybe look to go in with that Echo first, and then you can get that chrono break out just to be able to survive that. And Nocturne definitely, if he does get ahead, can just one-shot a backline as well. So a lot of options here for TLI, but they do have to execute cleanly, and that is not the same for Moze Bar, who can potentially be a little bit looser with their comp. They picked up that Renekton into the Camille, looking to just bully that matchup, and yeah, we'll see if that Ornn is in the jungle. It has been locked in here, but not having a bad day, so looking forward to seeing that matchup.
Gonna go ahead and honestly call prediction here. I think with the momentum and the draft that I've seen, I'm gonna have to give game 2 to Moze here. What do you?
Yeah, I think probably again I'd go for Mose here. I do like this Kanan Morgana bottom lane, as we do see that is a Swain support as well. Swain has been rising a little bit to in pick priority as a support, but only really wins when ahead. When behind, you're only really looking to drag in the opponents into you, and into a mobile Ash. Sometimes you don't want that to happen. So definitely can struggle in that matchup as well.
All right, well, with the predictions in, we will be back here in just a couple minutes for game 2. See if we're getting a game 3 or a 2-0. Welcome back to the Rift, ladies and gentlemen, for Game 2 of Moze versus TLI. Getting back on the Rift after Moze took Game 1 in a not convincing yet not sloppy fashion. Joined here by Rookter. If you'd like to introduce one of the teams here, your choice, man.
Yeah, team. Well, I'll go for Moze. They're on the red side here. Washed up Riven on that run to not having a bad day. Playing this Orn jungle, we are looking in an anticipated fashion for that. Moze, Mowgli, the cat, is on that mid lane in the Orianna, and Gondi Donut playing that Caitlyn yet again here, and Kenny Masterlin playing that Morgana support as well with Spellbook as he.
Look at this. Both teams are invading the other team's red buff, and they have no clue where each other are. They're pinging like mad. Anyway, on the side of TLI, we have a Wild Terry up there playing the old Grandma Camille, bringing the Nightmare in the jungle. C9 Reject, stopping it down and slowing it down. Margarine in the mid lane with the Echo, and Lil Sejong looking to also help Echo maybe slow it down a little bit on the Ashe. And Do You Squirt a Lot is looking to squirt out some red lasers on that Swain.
Oh, here we go. Do you squirt?
Oh, here they come.
Face check. The bind has landed as well. The ignite is down, and that is first blood over to not having a bad day on the Orange jungle. I'm sure he's going to love that.
That's huge for him
as well.
That's so big for the Orange jungle.
As well as Nocturne's going to hang around there. He doesn't even get it as well. He's wasting so much time now, and he is just level 1.
Oh, that's such a bad throw by TLI so early for Nocturne to not get that and then be down in level and a kill gold as well. Orange Jungle's only real weakness is his early game, and that has just been circumvented completely by that amazing play out of Moze early. I'm so perplexed by that movement because both teams were at each other like red. You think, oh, we don't see anyone. Let's just go take the other buff and just do like a vertical clear. It's like, nope. We're going to 5-man our own red buff.
Also, nice little... forces the flash out there. The binding is going to go wide in the bottom lane, but the Peacemaker hits as well. So that's a nice little bit of chip damage there onto Lee Seo-jung, having to run away on the Ashe. Struggling for farm now, as it will get buffered onto the turret. But we have a Cull in the top lane here. Rushed up Riven, very confident in his early laning of the matchup. Actually going to be spotting out. Oh, actually going to go for the trade here as well. He's looking for it. Going to get spell shielded out. Now the bus traveling, but it's the Camille looking for that hook shot. Gonna land it there as well. Washed up Riven, definitely in bad territory right now. A little bit over aggressive. Doesn't have the Orn to back him up and kind of like trades back the victory that C9 Reject had in the start of the game.
Morgana had the flash there in the bot. Getting hooked by the Swain and not having the spell shield available means you got to flash, or else you're not going to get away from the Ashe with the automatic slow on those frost arrows. So again, here we go. These two teams just will not stop fighting each other. We're already picking up that almost 1 kill a minute pace again. Looking at some early buys here, nothing really besides the call coming in. Everybody's been too busy fighting each other to go back. Ornn does have a completed Skirmisher's Saber versus just the Hunter's Machete for the Nocturne. Oh! Another grab from the Swain. He's actually landing a lot of those.
Yeah, it is nice with the Swain. You can just actually keep going with that. And the cooldown on that is definitely lower than the Black Shield as well. So Kenny has to be a little bit careful in his uses of that Black Shield. Make sure that it lands. But there you go, a little bit of trade back onto Lee Seo-jung. But they are running low. Health pots have been used. Ashe now popping the last little biscuit there in the bot lane as well. You know that they're going for the boots at that lane.
Ornn, here he comes. And you're just showcasing the weakness of an Ornn. Wait, Marjorie, what are you doing? You don't win this. Nocturne proximity, but you still don't win this.
Nothing's happening, Dave. No, it's fine. It's fine. You're overworked. But this is actually going to be a nice base timing for Caitlyn. Going to be able to back for a BF sword as well. So nice little bit of a CS lead accrued in this bottom lane for the cost of that flash on the support. But obviously, Ashe has it down as well.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of supports that you think of in early game, losing my flash on Morg if I'm playing Morg, I don't really feel like it's the end of the world a lot of times. You can wonderful binding there. Yeah, I was gonna say on the Morgana, it's, you know, you have the shield as sort of a a self-protect, and then you also have your bind to sort of disengage too. Ooh, skirmish in the top.
Yeah, Camille can't really trade back with that massive wave picked up here for the Renekton. Honestly, if the Ornn was up there, you definitely look to try and dive that, try and get that kill back. But with Flash available on the Camille, level 4 as well, can't prot that Dominus to try and really tank up a few tower shots. So maybe revisit that at a later time.
This Ornn is going to throw a ward in that mid-river book, looking like he's going to try to prioritize the Echo, but Echo just hit 6. Very, very hard to hit to gank an Echo that once he's hit 6. It's actually one of the best parts of playing Echo in the mid lane is his safety.
Yeah, probably at this point, if you're Nocturne, you're looking to play around that bottom part of the map now. Get access to that enchanted arrow. Look to play around your double teleports that are up and available as well. Don't think we quite mentioned, but Cleanse picked up here for Mowgli the cat in the middle lane as well. So just trying to stay safe away from that arrow as well. We'll see how those back shields come in later on in the game. Nice little bit of a freeze here for the bot lane. So this will mean that the Gondi will be able to pick up that CS very nicely, potentially not freezing it though. Just looking for a little bit of a hover here. Yeah, he is freezing it. So this is excellent play here right now.
We're going to see. Here he comes. Ornn's coming in.
He's going to the right side. The hook shot's out there, and he's just out scot-free on that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, before he hits 6, the Ornn jungle just doesn't have a lot. Oh,
C9 Reject actually looking to get the fear down onto that. This is where the CDs do come into effect. The knockdown's there. Renekton's not even coming to the rescue. That'll be a dead Ornn in the jungle.
Yeah, you gotta wonder almost if it would have been better for him to just maybe look.
This is a lot of damage down for Kenny, actually, having to burn the flash and ignites down there as well. Lee Song having to trade back, but it's the support. It's Do You Squirt a lot picking it up on the other side.
You had to feel bad there for Sejong just standing in the Morgana puddle. It almost blended into the bush there, and he's like, I need to do the damage. I'm gonna take the damage.
Yeah, he definitely committed and was trading the hit points there, hoping he could come out on top. Didn't quite work out for him in the end. But getting gold on this Swain is actually a good thing. You do want Swain to be relevant in the mid to late game. You kind of want him picking up that passive stacks of health as well. So we'll look back on that at some given point. Currently, he's only on 8 stacks of Ravenous Flock, so picked up 40 bonus health. Does slowly scale up in the game, but 40 health, not a lot of it.
Not yet, anyway. Oh,
the Dominus popped in the top lane, though. Wild Terry already used a hook shot, so now has to run away. Forces the flash out. The flash can be archered forced up Riven. It will be saved.
And just like last game, we're just seeing fights all across the map. I mean, it's just crazy to see here. Oh, is he going to go for it?
Oh! The shield is there for washed up Riven. He's got to run away, but he actually flashed back into power range. I thought that he thought that he'd actually got out of it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you had to feel so bad in that situation. You feel like the triumphant hero returning home from a war, and then suddenly a howitzer shoots you in the face. But we do see the Renekton up there with a 12 CS lead down. He has that BF sword. Call is more than halfway finished. Camille also now having a call, but Camille's call is still at 72-37, so it's a different story. Nocturne is catching up to Ornn in items right now, has a 2 camp advantage. And looking at vision here, we're going to see on the bot side, they're definitely focusing a lot more Moes than TLI is on the bot side.
Oh yeah, definitely. As you said, Swain does need a little bit of a lead early on, and now struggling to find purchase with this push that just keeps coming out from this BF sort of Gondi Donut. They will be picking up this Ocean Drake, maybe Echo looking for a little bit of a cheeky steal with C9 Reject. They are in the area. The Paranoia does come out, but it's a flash forward here for Kenny. The Uncharted arrow goes wide as the advances here for Mo's Gay Bar right now. The bind comes down as well, and they're just piling on the damage onto Margarine. He flips back, he flashes over the wall, but the Prono Break is going to save him. He's got Gondi Donut in the mess of it as well. Not having a bad day, is having to just run away, but the dragon will go over.
And these extended fights are just so bloody, going back and forth to both teams. Did not expect the Echo to really pick that one up there. In fact, I was expecting the opposite out of that. Wow. And we're going to see Not Having a Bad Day catching back up on camps too. To C9 reject there too, which is not what you expect on a slow farm jungle.
Yeah, surprising thing for me actually tamed is that having a bad day is actually gone for the red jungle item as a trade in the top lane is gonna get Dominus on as well. While Terry trying to trade back, I think this is gonna go over to Washed Up Riven, and it will. Pushed on there, but here's C9 reject level 7. I think Washed Up Riven can actually potentially win this if he can outplay.
Oh, he will. He will.
The fear even goes through. C9 reject having to flash away, but there's the Ornn for the secure as well. Gets it, and that should be tower damage. That should be a Rift Herald as they just won the 2v2.
That is a big, scary crocodile. Well, toy crocodile. Excuse me, up in the top lane. I mean, you're right. He is going to get at least a plate here. I'd imagine 2 plates since that one is so heavily damaged. I'm not sure about the Herald, though. It looks like Echo may be moving into position to contest. So they may leave that objective for just a little while on the table yet. But even look at the bottom. Kenny and Gandhi just working on that tower.
Yeah, Mowgli the cat was actually in base at the time, so they couldn't really rotate with the priority that Margarine had in the lane there. So nice little trade. But again, the CS advantage coming out for Gandhi. The plates going down, as we mentioned. Swain struggling to find purchase now after those really early engages. But the
here we go again.
The top lane here. Oh, the slice and dice is there, but the fear will trigger. That'll be taken down, shut down over to C9 reject in the jungle.
He was so close to getting away from that in the top. Oh, Swain. So many grabs in the bot lane, it's hard to keep track of them all.
Damage is there.
Oh!
But the double hourglass as well. And the trap is down. It's not actually going to trigger. Slightly unfortunate placement there. Gandhi now trying to look for the ace in the hole. It's not going to get blocked. Lee Songjun couldn't quite cut the line, but the flank is coming. Margarine has come to dominate his prey. Doesn't quite pick up the shield. I don't think he's going to need it. Is he looking to get there? But the net away from Gandhi Donut means that he's secure.
And look at this game, 7-7 at 12 minutes. With not even a measurable amount of gold going between them there. And we just saw some more plate damage taken right there. Oh. These top laners could write a movie about just their trade. Like just a cinematic of just how many times they fought each other in this game alone. As it looks like they are going to try to herald, but this is going to get bloody.
Yeah, that was a one trade there up in the top lane for Washed Up Riven as well. Means that they have to be a little bit careful. Margarine posturing aggressively, but will get shockwaved upon. But that cooldown's now there. The double knock up as well from Ornn means that it's very messy in there. But it's Mowgli the cat picking up the kill onto Margarine. And now C9 Reject can't get that auto down onto Mowgli the cat as he will fall to you quite a lot. Just pulls into the aggression, and Mowgli will pick up that as well.
No.
The Rift Herald falls to Washed Up Riven, who's having a solid game. Great use of the Spear Sojourn there in the fight, dealing the damage and deeps all the way down the river.
You can never let an Orianna free fire on you. Like, the cooldown at this point in the game on the QW combo, it's only about 3 seconds to move the Q and only 5 for the W. So if you're leaving an Orianna free fire, especially with that Clockwork wind-up passive, whew, big mistakes there coming out of TLI. It's going to cost them a Herald and a couple kills there.
Yeah, something to note, Tamed, is that we do have that Spirit Sojourn finished, but we have a Ravenous Hydra actually fully completed now for a while, Terry. Sometimes people will just stop on the Tiamat and then look for the Trinity Force, but looking for the aggression, and just means that you just don't have the health bar. As the Enchanted Arrow actually going to land, that'll be the kill going into your squad. But so much damage to apply, but here's the Nocturne Paranoia coming back over, doesn't even near the fear, gonna secure that. Margarine running over from Washed Up, but that is a kill double over in the bottom lane.
These two teams just will not stop, and there goes Washed Up Riven. He's gonna, oh no, Slice and Dice gets him on the dice part of it. Wow, so close, just so many fights. We're averaging 1.4 kills a minute.
Oh, they want to contest this Drake as well. Ocean number 2 looking to be contested here. Shockwave is available. Level 10 though on the Oriana. Doesn't quite have the spike. That's going to go down to C9 Reject as the fight starts. Margarine looking to kite around, looking to absorb those CDs. C9 Reject jumps into the back of the pit, but flash forward and ignited by Kenny, who will now go down to Lee Sun-jung. On the flip side of that, Margarine trying to chase kills. The tower falls in the top lane as well in the precipice. But that means Washed Up Riven is looking to take this trade. He's got the Dominus available if he gets it, but the hook shot lands him over the wall.
I'm completely impressed by your ability to track all the action going on in this. I feel like you almost need 2 cameras and 2 sets of casters just to keep up with everything that's happening in this game as we do move to 24 kills. Taking a quick look before the next fight at item builds, it looks like Renekton has picked up a Phage. Camille also picking up the Phage. Ornn looks like he's taken that sort of safe, tanky, standard build. It looks like he will be going towards an Iceborne Gauntlet, which is a great pickup for him. Oh, here we go!
Paranoia in the mid lane. The Fear Tether is going to get flashed away from, but answered by C9 Reject. And that will be the secure over. Gondi Donut trying to push out the middle lane solo. Can't quite find it.
Yeah, the completed skirmish of Saber with the Warrior Enchantment and the BF Sword means that Nocturne is going to be hitting hard and a huge threat to your squishy mech. And they're learning it the hard way right there as TLI does take a one kill advantage, but the gold is so close that it's negligible. Not even worth mentioning. This is a neck and neck game as we start to head into this mid game here. No more plates available. Obvious. Few towers starting to fall in favor. One tower favor of TLI. Whew.
Oh, the pressure just keeps ranking up, Tame. As we said, 25 kills already in 70 minutes. An absolute bloodbath here is a bit of an ARAM spawning here for TLI in the middle lane. They have Ashe, they have the Enchanted Arrow on cooldown right now. 40 seconds for that. But it's the Renekton, it's Washed Up Riven here, taking away the enemy jungle camps already. C9 Reject has the red buff. Maybe we're going to look to pursue. They will onto here. Washed Up Riven forming the dominance, but actually really nice fear timing coming to there. Reject gonna go down right there. The heal comes out already. Still pursuing and flashes forward. Gonna get the double kill coming onto there. And the black shield means that Do You Squad Lock can't quite survive as well. He's gonna fall. The bind comes out, but it's traded back by Ashe. Onto the top laner. Washed Up Riven gonna fall as well. Mass pandemonium on the bottom side.
Fear of Sojin is so huge on Ren, allowing him to completely pull off that 1v2 and finish an entire second item in that black cleave. We're gonna have a huge gator as they are pressuring. Oh,
the knock up is there. The tank up, the paranoia coming down. Where's that gonna go? He's not gonna be able to.
There's no safe person
He doesn't
to
have
kill
vision.
1-2 here. You could probably trade the Ornn kill, but then you just die anyway. Oh! Wow! He just let it happen with the very edge of the tendril darkness there. Wow. Not what I expected to see there, as we are seeing the Nocturne have 6 kills, which is the most, tied for the most in the game with that Renekton in the top lane. Don't discount this this Nocturne, as it looks like he is going to be moving towards a Guardian Angel's second item here. ADCs at this point are hitting an item and a half as well, with slight favor towards Lil Sojong.
Something to note is that Margarine has rotated around the map a lot. And single participation of 2, considering there's been 31 kills in this game, means that he's just really not participating when the action is happening. As it happens again right now, Kenny on the front line, Terry gonna just rip him out. And Do You Squat will be there as well.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate situation of looking to push your vision forward there and just getting caught out as you do so. And it looks like they're just going to sort of farm up for a second here. And I don't even know if these teams have a chance to talk. Like, there's so much fighting that they're probably not even speaking. They're just like, talk to you later, bro, as we go again. Oh
Washed
my
Up Riven has absolute dominance in this side lane right now. 2.5 items, massive power spike. Don't even finish a Triforce. As he is going to go back to base. I think this will be the Triforce by now. It must be coming out for a while, Terry, who really needs to catch up. But you can just see, like, the health pool is there for Watch Up Riven. When he procs that Dominus as well, spikes up to almost 3k and just absolutely annihilates whatever is in front of him. As the dragon is spawning up, that will be a Cloud Drake, so not a lot of priority given over to that, as they are maybe looking to shut down his Echo in the side lane.
We're at 20 minutes with less than 100 gold separating the team. That is absolute
The
insanity.
Nocturne's looking for this again. The paranoia coming down. The 2v1, can he outplay it? The tether's on it. The fear's going to come out, but now the trade damage hopefully coming back. The enchanted arrow's going to miss. The Terry's having to run away, but that means C9 gets procced, and that'll be the GA going down already. He tries to get the double heal, but that's brought
But they're going for the Baron.
Pressure into there. The Baron spawning as well.
It's down to half already.
Be able to get this. The Echo's going to be there. He can maybe look for a little bit of a steal as well, but the Nocturne
has all their cooldowns.
Now Margarine looking for so much damage onto Kenny as well. Margarine having to get out, but so much traded back and forth there. The Baron's going to have to reset. Double kill over to that support. Margarine looking for a little bit more. Can't really find it. Terry now TPing into the fray, not having a bad day, running. Gets slowed down. Terry maybe looks for Mowgli the cat as well, but doesn't find anything from his TP.
And Oriana had almost no mana there.
Oh, Margarine.
Oh,
Margarine looking for more Mowgli the cat. Can't quite find anything more, but just poking, prodding all the time. Tame is just ramping up.
I love the decision from Moser to go for the Baron, but they just couldn't execute when Margarine came in and just did so much damage to their team before popping the... Wow, I did not expect... We were just mentioning the Echo only having a 2-kill participation, which is now doubled up to 4. You weren't expecting Echo to do that much damage, or at least I wasn't, as they are only sitting on an item and a half right now. And they don't even have Sorks. They're sitting on the Mercs treads. So that was some big boy damage there coming out of that mid lane Echo.
Yeah, I really like the thought process there from Mose. They drag so many people down. Washed Up Riven is still a monster. And you just want to absorb that pressure, try and rotate. But so early in the game, the Baron does a lot of damage. And when they turn, the Baron was still free hitting them as well. Not a lot of tank stats apart from on that not having a bad day. So just sort of like getting attrition there on the map. So nice turnaround. Margarine definitely getting involved in the game. That's what you want to see from an Echo. Trying to finish that Lichbane, but a little bit slow on that build. Coming out, not quite finished their second item of the game.
But what you're also seeing here is that Moses actually suddenly fallen behind on gold. This game was so close. Now they're down about 2,500 gold, which is, it's not negligible. That's about a whole item spread across the team, you know, like 10 AD, 20 AP per person on average. So you're looking at some meaningful difference here as TLI is just starting to push small advantages. You know, the Camille is only down 30 CS now instead of 50. Nocturne is up in farm. Echo's almost caught up in farm. The Ashe has a decent farm lead. So, I mean, if TLI want to do something, now's their time. Like, this is their time. Establish some vision, maybe go for the Baron. You want to see them fighting here soon. I mean, you look at the cooldowns, all the ults are available for them. Ults are basically available across the entire... But you have to put the faith into your team here to win a fight.
I think with their 2-3 divers, they actually probably want to leave Renekton in that side lane, just try and have Camille wave clear at the turret, play nice and safe, and try and rotate this Nocturne Paranoia across to the 4-man unit. You know, try and like burst someone down before that teleport comes out from the Renekton, see what they can get advantage that way, and look to trade. Apparently, going down to this Renekton can be a little bit dangerous for anyone who tries to reach to the Croc.
Yeah, he's so big right now. But I mean, he's basically...
Oh, here's the Paranoia. They're actually going onto Gondi Donut, having to flash away from the wall. But here's Do You Squat a lot in the front line as well. There's the double kill. But that was a massive crescendo coming out onto there. The shockwave was pretty big. Lisandra now healing up Terry as well. The damage is coming out, and that will be the cleanup. But here is the Croc. Does he want a piece of the 3v1 action? I don't think so. So many advantages found there for Tweltch level intellects as they're looking to now go onto the Renekton. I think if they get this, the dominance is popped. The flash is there onto Terry. His flashes out as well. Now Lisandra has to be careful, but the CC is done. He's been ousted. And now they'll look to maybe turn onto the Baron. They don't really have a true tank.
I don't think they expected... Washed Up Riven did not expect him to go back in on that. And honestly, neither did I. He seemed like he was a little bit caught out there when they turned on him. They are burning this Baron very quickly. Down to half health already.
This is very risky, James.
Oh, this is
coming in.
beyond
This is a
risky.
two-man unit, though. Can they catch out Gondi Donut? Maybe now they can go onto it. Do you square a lot? Try to deal the deeps. One more also. Can he get a second? The heel comes out as well. He's now chasing, but the support is down. Kenny gone. The paranoia lands onto no one as he's already been obliterated off the map. But that was the pick we need. That is the game-changing play, maybe, that will take us to a game number 3 here as Tweltch level Intellect find life in their vicinity.
We're looking... we're looking at almost... we're going to be pushing 50 kills here in a few more minutes in a 25-minute long game. And the Baron is still somehow alive. These teams just can't commit to it without fighting each other. It's an absolute bloodbath, a slobber knocker, as some would say, in this game. As it looks like TLI will pick up an Infernal Drake here, which just really extends that lead. They have a 5,500 gold lead. You got to think that that Infernal realistically extends that to around 8,000 or 9,000 with the stats afforded by it.
Yeah. I look at this in the beneficiaries of the gold, like you have Ash in a very nice place with 3 items. Now you get Echo slowly getting online as well as he's finished a needlessly large rod. But all I'm looking at is Gondi Donut on this 2 item, this sort of like trough that we talk about with Caitlyn when you're not quite at that 3 crit item power spike. The amount of damage that she's able to do in a sustained fight versus these carries, these punch bags of this Nautilus, Echo, and Ash, as the paranoia comes out again. As I say this, they're looking for Gondi. Can't really trade back as well. The flash forward onto there. Gondi now looking to go down the enchanted setup. And now they're looking to re-engage. Mowgli, can he find the shockwave? He's already used it though. Now Lee Sun-jung gets exhausted upon, but that's going to go down. Margarine picks up this jungler on not having a bad day. And they have wavering health bars here. Can they look to turn for Baron yet again? Because that's what they're looking to close out this game. That's their win condition right now.
That Ash arrow was so beautiful, threading the needle there. Truly making the big...
Oh,
what? No! No, you don't do that, bro.
As I said, their tank, their engage is in the bottom lane here. They just don't have it. But washed up Riven popping the Dominus at the last moment. He actually loses the trade here.
He's outscaled.
We have the shutdown. We have the 500 shutdown now onto a
Wait, Morg, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What is going on right now? Kenny's in the pit. Gets absolutely marginalized by the Margarine.
Bro,
and looking forward, it's a complete reset on the map here, boys. It's happening.
You just no. You can't die to that, and then you can't go to that. They broke me.
Oh no, Tame, don't break on me now, buddy. Don't break on me now. Well, I mean, we have the Zonias, we have this Mikael's Crucible on this support, but dying 10 times. It's a bloody work trying to get all these vision control down.
Oh my god!
On the bottom lane as well. Wow, Terry is absolutely horrendously massive right now. We talked about this Reddington, but the Blade of the Rune King ain't winning you that 1v1 trade anymore, son. It's absolutely going tits up here as not having a bad day, trying to collapse. They're all down into this bottom lane. That gives the window. Tweltch level Intellect, pick up the Baron.
I really don't see how they can lose the game at this point. Gold lead extending to almost 10. You can see that they're just diving with reckless abandon. Shutdown on 3 or 4 of their 5 members, and the only member that doesn't have a shutdown has 8 kills. I mean, we are looking at some absolute domination coming in here from TLI. Really just turning this one back around and maybe making Mo's regret the orange jungle pick at this point.
I mean, they did really well in the early game, you know. They got that kill onto Do You Squat a lot. They denied that red when they hung around for so long, but it was just that washed up Riven traded back the life there in the top lane and recovered after that. But as you said, they are slightly struggling with the pick. I don't necessarily think it's the pick. It's just the vision, the complete disregard for whatever the situation is, just going in with these fights whenever they can find whatever. And the aggressive placement of Kenny as well definitely caused them to get kills, but also costing them kills in the...
So we're going to see here with the Baron picked up by TLI, they have all of their ult cooldowns available. They have 4 of their 5 flashes, and the only one that can't flash is Nocturne, who has the Paranoia. We are going to see some crucial cooldowns available for Mo's as well, but if they don't utilize them here and now, this game is going to be a washout for them.
Exactly. A little bit of trade damage down onto Terry, but the pressure is there. The stack in the top lane, Nocturne, C9 reject crashing down the mid as well. They're trying to buff up all the lanes, split around the map, and in terms of a split push comp, they just don't have it right now with that on jungle. Like they can't look to play. They need to collapse fast.
It looks like, you know, TLI is just applying pressure across 3 different lanes right now.
Oh my god, absolutely.
Oh.
In the bottom lane. And there we go. Enchanted Arrow comes out onto this. A wild Terry, absolutely massive. The shockwave on one. Zonya's against. A lot of damage comes out, but here we go. Here we go.
Oh, is he going to get him?
The back line,
oh my goodness.
Majestic
The
looking
complete
for it now.
disrespect.
Pops that GA as well. Can Mowgli just catch him on the flip side of that? 1,000 gold going over, but it's just an auto on the backside as the base is getting absolutely obliterated here for Tweltch level Intellects. They found something. They found the magic. They shut down the Renekton and they won the game.
Wow. Almost no words with that. They exploded. At one point, they had a 3K gold lead, and then 5 minutes later, it was almost a 10K gold lead, just exploding and playing around their cooldown so well, knowing their power spikes. You know, well played by TLI in game 2. So we're going to have a game 3 here. And if TLI can pull it off, then they'll have a tiebreaker for first seed in their division. And with all that and all the action, we will be right back with game 3 in just a couple minutes here as soon as we can get back in the lobby, guys.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear. Driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear. Like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running.
Welcome back for Game 3 of some Risen Premade Dominate action. We're getting right back into a quick draft here as it looks like Moze is going to hover the Nico ban. They did this last game as well, but then didn't actually lock the Nico. Wonder if it's a little bit, yep, there it is. I was going to say taking out the Echo. The Nico ban, I think, is maybe a little bit of BM or banter coming in from Moze, maybe trying to bait TLI into banning it. But Moze is going to stick with what worked so far here, taking out the Echo and the Garen, so we're not going to see a Yuumi Garen lane. Zillion Thresh being taken out by TLI again. Mo's getting rid of the Morgana before anybody can play it and die 10 times again. I'm back here with Rookter again, by the way, for this Game 3 draft. How you doing, Rook?
Oh, excellent team. Looking forward to that Game 3 action. Nice little comeback there for TLI. Really sprung themselves in the latter part of the game, accruing quite a large gold lead, finding the players. The Ash ban comes out as well. They're not having any of that action.
And it's interesting to see the Ash ban coming out from TLI when last game they were the ones that... So maybe they don't want it played against them.
I'll have to see what comes out as well. I almost want to see Gondi Donut play the Jinx or the Kai'Sa, but they do hover and lock in the Zyra as well. Excellent choice right now. Very strong in the meta. Played a lot at Worlds as well. Has just a lot of utility to the kit with the Blade Caller, with the roots, and being able to get out of jail free card with that ornament as well. Being able to just reposition, very nice as well.
Especially
around the Leona, so that might be a heavy engage in the bottom lane. When you pick that Leona, though, you are looking for a kill lane, so you can potentially build around that as well.
Maybe like a Leona Lucian. They didn't take the Rakan off the. They didn't take the Rakan off the table for the Xayah Rakan, so a Leona Tristana, huh? Not a combination you've seen a lot since maybe like season 6 or 7. When Trist was everywhere. Let's see if they lock it. They're still hovering. They did lock it.
They'll lock that in, yeah. Tamed, exactly. And with press the attack on Tristana, you can rocket jump aggressively when that Leona Zenith braids in and really look to make some chaos happen. Use that ultimate as like an execute as well. So a lot of damage available in that kit. They're probably going to go back to this Galio, maybe even in that support role, try and counteract some of that high progression that will be coming out from that Leona. We'll see if that goes to mid or support like it did last game. But they're going back a little bit to this game 1 style on that blue side, which they played, picking up that Hecarim as well.
Yeah, they're definitely going back to comfort picks here, which, maybe if other teams are watching this or tuned in, that could actually be giving away a good bit here. When your backs are against the wall, if you fall back to your comforts, that isn't always the best strategy for the future. Not a criticism, but just sort of an observation. One thing I also want to point out is that, Tristana's been played more mid and top recently, especially at Worlds, than she has. Oof, the Pike. Okay. So what's going on here? The Pike is Ornn. Okay, we were just told that the Pike is Ornn. It was a misclick. So I was going to say that's a really weird draft. But Tristana's actually been going mid and top a lot recently in the meta. So that could also be a baited bot lane. I doubt that it is, but it could be.
Flex, yeah.
Yeah. Tristana's a great flex right now.
Just that side lane, you're going for more of that Blade of the Rune King and that getting into grip, giving a little bit more dueling potential, particularly in that early game lifesteal for the lane as well, so you can be a bit more dependent and less reliant on that support as well. Lovely disengage, lovely engage as well with that bomb reset, so very nice toolkit for that solo lane, kind of like take towers early type playstyle. But here comes out the Orianna brand, so now we'll dive a little bit more into Mo's champion pool as well. Nico not banned, Veigar not banned as well, so definitely options available to Mowgli Ugly Cat.
I mean, with what they've shown so far, a Veigar would actually be really good for Mo. With the way that Galio can knock down people and the way that Hecarim could even shove people into the cage if they time it right. Looks like TLI probably will go with the Lissandra mid here. It's a pretty safe pick. She did recently just pick up a little bit of a buff on 920. She's got better AP ratios on her passive, which are the Iceborne Thralls, and also on her Ring of Ice. So it just kind of makes her a little more bursty and keeps her in fights a little bit longer. Doesn't really change the core of how she's played, which is what Riot was going for. Said that they didn't really want her becoming like a pro play 100% pick ban, but wanted to gently give her some power. So she's a strong pick right now. Aftershock, not quite as good as it used to be, though.
Yeah, here comes out the Veigar pick, though. But you raise an interesting point as Lissandra, though, because she's a little bit like that kind of Vladimir type battle mage playstyle. To use your kit effectively, you need to be in the fight. Like, you need to have your ultimate ready. You need to have that Zhonya's available to you. But when you are in that fight, you need to be able to deal the damage as well. So raising the percentages on the damage base there as well. But they've picked hyper late game here again for Mo's Gay Bar right now. Veigar Kayle locked in, so they know that they're probably going to be picking the... they can either flex the Ornn back into the jungle and look to pick a top laner into Kayle, something that can punish a little bit more effectively than an Ornn can, and they will pick up that Jax.
I'm not sure how I feel about the Jax here. I feel like that there's a little bit more that they maybe could have done with the draft, especially with the fact that Kayle is not weak early game anymore. We're seeing that at Worlds with her creeping up in presence. When Riot moved her ranged ability from 11 down to 6 and nerfed her hard scaling for late game, if you don't get on her early, Kayle is not a meme in lane anymore. She's actually pretty nasty, so we're gonna have to see how this one goes down. All 3 games so far, I've liked Mo's draft, and I feel like I'm honestly starting to like this one again too. How do you feel about this one, Rook?
I actually like this game. I actually really like Tweltch's level intellects for that. I love the creativeness of the Pike, can create loads of chaos as well with that. Lissandra can really look to engage from range there with the Leona as well, looking for that deep range engage. So many options available to TLI that potentially Veigar has to be fairly careful, and Kayle, not a lot of mobility in those champions, so definitely can be the forefront of the catch and engage coming out of TLI here. So I'm gonna give it to TLI. I'm hoping that they'll come out on top, and also that will make it 5-1 both apiece for the group. So that would be a nice little end for that as well.
Well, the casters are split, and the teams have so far split a game. So one of us has to be right. So we'll find out here fairly shortly. We're going to be hopping in the game here in just a couple minutes. We'll have about a 5-minute break before we get everything going. And I want to thank you guys for joining us, and hopefully you stick around for Game 3 coming up here in just a minute. We will be right back.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear. Driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear. Like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running.
Welcome back, everybody, to Game 3 of this slobber knocker of a series between Tweltch level Intellect and Mo's Gay Bar. In lieu of introducing the teams fully this game, I'd just like to note that Do You Squirt a Lot has moved from support up to jungle, taking over the Ornn for the opposite side. And Rhaegar is now playing support. So C9 Reject is out this game after having what I would consider a standout game last game. So the TLI,
Nocturne, yep.
yeah, TLI must have a lot of confidence in their players here. Oh, Mowgli going for the BM, interrupting the Ornn dance. Wow, you hate to see it for that one stack of phenomenal evil.
And he pings the passive.
Yeah, you really, really hate to see it this early in the game. Usually you save the BM for, when you're Nexus diving at the end. I mean, that's a black mark on your entire history as a competitive League of Legends player. You're always going to remember.
Risen Esports is that this was the roster they actually fielded for the first best of 3 they played against Mo's Gay Bar in week number 3, and they did actually end up losing that series 0-2. So we'll see if they have better selection with this. And does this Ornn work out for them?
Yeah, definitely interesting. I mean, when you have a player like C9 Reject who had a really great, you feel like you have the momentum, but obviously they're the team, so they know things that you and I don't know. Maybe C9 Reject actually pooped himself in between games. There's things that can happen that push us into these situations. But as we are going to start seeing pretty much even early game here, it looks like Jax is going to try to be aggressive into the Kale. For anybody that hasn't been following the meta, Kale is coming back into prominence. Kale becomes ranged ascended at level 6 now instead of level 11. So you can only bully Kale for a couple minutes now, not about half an hour anymore.
Well, yeah, actually, really nice engage. Forces the flash out of Lee Sun-jung.
Wow.
Early on. Nice engage there by Kenny, just afflicting that dominance, getting that level 2 power spike and using it to advantage.
Yeah, that was a really good engage there. I didn't expect the flash. I'm not sure. Was the flash 100% needed or they were dead? I'm not sure, but they felt...
Would it probably have to burn the heal? That would have been a lot of damage down. Just gives them purchase to be able to stay in lane. But, you've got to respect that level 2 power spike, whatever happens.
You see Washed Up Riven here just sort of hanging back, saying, yeah, you can hit me. I'll be back here. Oh,
here comes Nort having a bad day. Terry back into the enemy. Ignite is down, but he's jumping away. He still has his flash available as well. So I think that'll be the end of that.
Yeah, but it's really good for Washed Up Riven there to feel the confidence and know that their jungler's like hovering them and offering them proximity. And it'll also make little miss there in the bot lane as they will back away. It also makes, man, they just won't stop fighting. It also makes Wild Terry, maybe make a little bit more of a conscious decision. Like, is this safe or do they have jungle proximity right now?
Yeah, I mean, clearly you can see that Terry is trying to punish this Kale early on, but just has the way frozen in rather a bad position.
Oh,
Washed Up Riven gonna pick up a lot of this, but in the bottom lane already, The flashes come down onto Rhaegar as well. The damage is on Gondi, but very temperamental in this bottom lane. You can sense the Hecarim wants to come down here as well. He's on this bottom with Scuffler. If they don't back up, I'm sure he'll follow soon.
I mean, Galio just does so much damage with that combo, and the passive only being on a 5-second cooldown now before any C. That's pretty wild. I mean, I think honestly that Galio was tossing out more damage than the Xayah in that last fight, as we are going to see the shift.
Oh, yeah, the Zenith blade is down. They're wanting this Galio flashed away on there, but here's the aggression coming out of Lisandro. He jumped into it. He chose his death, and first blood goes over to not having a bad day.
I mean, sometimes you just have to pull the Cody Dunn to limit test and see if you can get it done. And in that case, he could not get it done, giving over first blood. As Ornn wants to continue this fight
as well. Oh, the damage is there. Kenny picking it up as well. And Rhaegar gonna fall.
Why?
Destruction, but in the
Why?
top well, Wild Terry picking up the exit kill on there. Cal gonna fall.
This is definitely going the way of most, though. They're up 1,500 gold, right? In part due to the Klepto on the Kale and a 13 CS lead in the bot lane. They just won't stop.
This is really bad as well because obviously Gondi Donut picking up a kill, couple of assists now, comes back to lane with that BF sword, 22 CS on that Tristana, comes back with boots and a dagger. Not going to be able to compete in this bloody bottom lane that we've seen so far.
Not at all. No, you're absolutely right. They're going to have to basically keep a distance, if not farm under the tower. And I mean, it has to mess with you when you try to make a heroic play like that and you mess. Oh, Jax has a 6 here.
Oh, he's looking for it as well. Yeah, exactly. Jumped in, lots of damage down, getting that passive attack speed increase. And
just taking advantage of that level spike, hitting 6 just at the cusp of Kale hitting. If Kale could have been back for 2 more minions, they would have had a different story on that fight. However, you're now looking at a almost 400,000 mastery Jax player, 2-0 at 6 minutes. So, I mean, there's definite keys to victory in this game already showing at only 6 minutes as we hit 6 kills.
Yeah, this is a 800 gold lead now for a Wild Terry. This is kind of what you want to see done to a Kale lane, kind of like punish that pre-level 6. And he's done that. He's done that very well. He's got a tower plate for himself as well. So procuring himself all the winning margins he can in that lane.
However, with Kale pushing into the 6 here, even being behind, hitting that ascension early basically means that the Jax is going to have to play very carefully. As long as they play this correctly. Oh, hold that thought.
Kenny's looking for this.
Looking and could not find it there. So mid lane here, we're just basically seeing sort of a farm fest. Veigar is up to 42 stacks of Phenomenal Evil already, which at 7 minutes is actually above par. And they're just going to actually up that to 44. I mean, you're talking a free Blasting Wand already. That's an 850 gold free stats for the Veigar right now, who scales immensely well. Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, he is playing very respectfully, though. He's going for Rod of Ages. I'm sure that Catalyst will be going into. So not really stacking that CDR. Generally, sometimes you'll see a lost chapter just to be able to have that mana regen in that lane. Doesn't feel like he overly needs that. Obviously, Catalyst gives him mana as well. But just will generally slowly get pushed in versus Margarine. Means that power in the bot lane can't really get translated to that early Infernal because theoretically Margarine should have that early advantage in the lane and that push priority.
It's definitely worth noting the way you mentioned that too, is that Mowgli almost does seem like that we've discovered over this series, sort of like a supportive mid lane play, as he is bringing the Glacial Augment, the Cleanse, building the Roa, like you said, playing respectfully. Sort of like, I'll have your back as long as you capitalize on the things that I do for you guys style of play, which isn't something that feels as popular almost as it used to be. Oh, Terry going in with a 2-level advantage.
Yeah, again, the damage coming down. Terry, let's look into... Oh, what a proc there.
Ooh.
Just no teleport as well. That means like he's just got to go back to base at this point. Can't really stand toe-to-toe in this lane. So it's not really the kills advantage. It's that level advantage as well. As you said, level 8 to level 6. Going to push in again, try and deny some of that waves. And it just means that Washed Up River looking for the fruits in the river.
And it will pop the E there. The Celestial Blessing, excuse me, the W. The Celestial Blessing does heal. It does better on others than it does on yourself. But oh my goodness, here they come.
And into the top lane as well. Like, Terry's now looking for this.
Oh, it
The
feels
Divine
bad.
Judgment already popped as well, looking to phase back into the tower.
Oh!
But that's the tower.
Oh!
That's the failure, and oh my god. A wild Terry, unfortunately, can't quite secure that under the tower.
Oh, that's
Gives
so
Washed Up Riven a
huge
chance
for...
to get back into the game.
And for a Kayle, that is so massive. That's not like a Garen or a Darius in top lane. That is a Kayle. That is a hyperscaler where that gold matters so much, and the ability to catch up on farm here matters so much. They're already only down about 15 CS now, whereas they were down about 25, closing that gap here. And then you don't feel as bad about going back to base here in just a minute.
Something to note as well, by the way, is the fact that Mowgli the cat actually had priority in that middle lane, which means that they were able to catch the dragon. But here we go, Margarine in the top.
Missing the ult. Let's see what they can do.
Available kill here. Do you squirt a lot? Not going to be needed just for the assist there. Rightly gives the gold over to the mid laner as well. And that's that priority you wanted to see from Lissandra roaming around the map. Going to be traded back a little bit here, but Mowgli the cat running out of map.
So it feels like Kayle was so desperate to get back into the game and capitalize on that there that they, overextended. I think it's something that hits us all. It's a little bit of hubris. You feel good about that kill you just got. You're like, yeah, I'm getting back into this game, and there's the rest of the enemy team. Mowgli is going to have to get back here in the mid lane, very low on mana. Veigar's pretty hungry early. I think a lot of people don't note that. But until you have, even with the Catalyst and the Sapphire Crystal, you can out of mana a Veigar pretty easily.
Yeah, you kind of want to go things like the mana flow blend. You want to scale into that game as long as possible. And sitting on that Catalyst, very nice. But he's only getting AP from the passive. But do you now in the river, all alone, surrounded by 3 people, actually managed to flash us over the wall as well.
It was actually a really good flash. He was facing like south and just flashed north. So it was very like deceptive flash there to be able to get out. Probably made out of desperation, but still chose about the best path that he could. So you don't like to see the cooldown in that blown, but it's better than a death. As we are going to see some shenanigans in the top lane, I guess you could call. Oh no, Rivet!
Is that like you don't want Jack scaling up as well? So these are 2 scaling people, but as you see, if he misses that counter strike, he misses that stunt. Now you're able to punish with that Riven. You saw that Cutlass proc, you saw the slow and the chase down there with the autos as well. So Terry has to be careful about the windows, and that advantage of that level 8 to level 6 just isn't there anymore. They're both level 9. He's going into the wave heavily, but he's got the jungler there. He's got the support. Do you squat a lot? Trying to get involved as well. The exhaust comes down from that spellbook, and that'll be the demise of Washed Up Riven.
You don't want to... I know Kayle has an early game, but it's been improved a lot. You don't want to be 1 in... Oh, Kenny!
The taunt comes down. Rhaegar actually goes in with his Xenoblade, but he doesn't want to trip. And now Lissandra jumping in as well, trying to end Gondi Donut's life, but isn't going to be able to manage that. Now he's very low. He's got to be careful. Plates will fall. Now he's actually going to be looked. Oh, the taunt is there. The flash is actually good, but he can't quite land it. And that'll be secured over to Kenny as the Rift has been started up to the top side, but the teleports come down. Washed Up Riven gets stunned up by the counter strike. Will there be follow-up? Here's Margarine, frozen.
Oh no!
To him. Is he going to use it? He does, but is the follow-up damage there? Mowgli the cat also looking for a little bit. He cages up Margarine, who flashes out of it. Here comes Mowgli the cat, actually ends Wild Terry's life before he can do anything to the fight. The Ignite is down onto Do You Squirt a lot, but now Margarine's trying to get out of the kerfuffle, and Mowgli the cat is it's a double kill over to Washed Up Riven in the end.
Oh my goodness, Washed Up Riven knowing exactly how to stay, suddenly go from 1 and 4 and being a subject of light mockery to being 3 and 4 with a 150 gold bounty. Oh my goodness. So we're going to see Moze here taking, it doesn't feel like it with just a 3 kill difference, but it is a almost 5,000 gold lead.
Fine. They want Riven. They want the Washed Up Riven. He's going to have to into the tower.
Take the minions with you. Yeah, get that gold. There you go. I mean, best possible outcome there, right? Let's do a check on Veigar here in the mid lane. 114 stacks of phenomenal evil. I mean, wow. You're talking about 2,000 gold of free stats given to Mowgli at this point. who is 1-0 with a completed Roa. I mean, that Veigar is going to keep scaling. This, I will say, this is the first time I've ever seen over a couple years of casting a Veigar go Glacial and then rush of Rod of Ages.
So yeah, that's very defensive. Definitely not looking to be able to one-shot your lane opponent in the early stages of the game. But he's Veigar. He's a late game champion.
Absolutely.
To scale up here as well.
The team is enabling that right now too. So it's not a flaw, just something interesting. Like Mowgli has a lot of their sort of like own ideas, their own way to play the game. Which, you know, it's that's how people get to higher elo. They kind of invent their own meta and break the mold.
He's playing what he's comfortable with, but as you said, he does have that Glacial, so he is going to want to build that Lost Chapter and get that GLP online fairly soon, or the Spooky Ghost as well. Very nice for Veigar to be able to chase people down. You're just looking for that initial gap post to be able to put the cage around and blow him up with the skills available to you. But a little bit of a trade here in terms of Ocean Drake falling over to Moze, and TLI will pick up the Rift in response.
So sort of a little bit of a lull in action here, but just checking on the stats. Mo's still maintaining that 3,000 gold lead. CS differences, Veigar has about 20 up, and Kale is about 20 down on the Jax. So we are seeing, you know, Wild Terry playing it basically as expected in the early game. So we are going to see a turret go down.
Looking onto it, but they're turning onto the Tristana, who has to jump away now. Veigar, a bit of trouble. A sticky wicket, as you were saying. Gondi Donut now trading autos. Gonna get the kill onto the Tristana. Lee Sun-jung having to back away.
Oh, Gondi
now getting kited around. Margarine actually comes down to the bottom and trades back to you, Squat, picking up the end.
That was amazing there to see Gondi like try to stay in that fight and desperately go for it. So we are gonna see a 2-for-1 in favor of Moze here. But you know, for the Xayah here, as well as Xayah's doing, it might just feel like a time just to go back and buy some more items. Just a free trip back to the shop, you know?
Yeah, Lee Sun-jung having a tough time to find purchases in this game as their bot lane is 1-6-2. Definitely giving out a little bit too much. But it's Galio, Kenny picking up the kills here. 4-1, highest kills in the game right now on that support. Launching him forward, getting him a little bit tankier. Also going for a Catalyst of Eons. Probably not going to be that Rod of Ages as well, but we do see that GLP coming in for Mowgli the Get.
And worth noting, too, is that Kale is got the full gunblade, a Stinger up in the top lane, and is now fully ascended with that level 11 with the way that Kale has changed. So Kale is now online, is a very serious threat. Especially, I assume they're building towards a Nashor's Tooth right now. It looks like they can finish that. They have the potential to just kill somebody in 1E and just about 3 or 4 autos.
Here's my question to you, Tame, is that around that sort of like level 13, level 14 mark, when that double item power spike of that Nashor's Tooth Gunblade comes out, who wins versus that and a Jax with a Triforce and what I can only assume will be a Spirit Sojourn coming out second?
It's hard to tell because that's a skill matchup. Like in an open field, if Kale can land an E,
and that is just absolutely bonked off the mat. Washed Up River now trying to chase back with the slow there. But just not in time to save his AD carry. At least not gonna get absolutely
deleted
by Mowgli the cat as well. He's hit the power spike. He's got that Rod of Ages in, and he's cashing in on all of those goodies.
Absolutely deleted there. Tristana tried to buffer the jump, but did it a little bit too early there and got stunned. But not again!
On target as well.
Oh my goodness!
A bad day is also looking for it. He's got the ignite down onto the order while Terry now to pursue a little bit aggressive. Trades back onto the kill, but now it's a 3v2 coming in there. Margarine comes into the fray as well. Catapassive come down. And while Terry surviving for so long as Mowgli, a massive little donk there. Margarine gonna fall as well. It's absolutely catastrophic around the map, and the kills flow freely.
TLI only has their ADC available right now. That's a 4-for-2, a completely devastating, especially the fact that the Kale didn't go down there and is now extending that bounty up to 300 gold. Oh, man.
Having a bad game right now, having to get out of the way of this Kenny, who's just looking to engage at any opportunity.
Now you have the Kale with the blue buff, the ability to just go top lane and knock down that tower if they so choose. They can split that top lane. Looks like they're not going to right now. Oh man. Kenny Master Lin going in there looking for Lil Sejong. Very close. Kale is going to reset right now. But I mean, this is oof. With the Zaya not being behind, with the Kale starting to get ahead, Hecarim at his strongest right now, and Veigar infinitely scaling, you got to be wondering what are the keys to the game to get back into this as TLI. And you got to be thinking something like the Baron that's coming up, like, you know, even if it's a Hail Mary or something just to get back into this, right?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it is going to be hard for 12th level intellects to really find their mark. If they are behind, they really need to engage onto the right targets. They need to have that priority. Marjorie needed to get a little bit of a lead in that mid lane, try and transfer it. Did try to gank top a lot of the time, but it just didn't really work out for them. Rift Hell going to be pot bottom, but that's not going to pick up any towers, and no one's going to be really around for that local gold, as that did only spawn at 1940 on the map. So getting a little bit later on into the builds, as you said, now we have those 2-item power spikes for the top laners as well. But Kel very much online, even though Wild Terry had a very good early game against them. That little dive that didn't go quite as well as he wanted meant that Kel's just got into the map and is slowly ramping up.
20 minutes and we're only
4 levels actually on this Leona. Has to be a little bit careful.
Oh,
Oh, the Ornamen's down, actually. TLI won the fight, but I don't think they won any more of it.
yeah, I was going to say, I feel like that horn was just used almost like as a panic defense right there. Looks like they will be shoring up some vision here, or at least clearing it out. But also, it looked like they used two of their sweepers on top of each other, right? So we'll see Moze just start to march down this mid lane, probably start establishing some deep vision so that they have control over the Baron that has just... Double Ocean's got to make them feel pretty good about this siege as they establish their vision and dominance of this mid lane.
Yeah, they actually need a hard collapse there with the Ornot down. This is not great here, as the teleport is coming behind. They want this trade up there. The cage is good, actually. Picks up the Leona on the backside, but the massive Ornn trying to get into there as well. Gondi, nice little fight back here. Here comes the damage. Hecarim wasn't even in the fray. They're absolutely obliterated. They got the damage there, and this will be a very early inhibitor coming down here for Moze Gaybar.
Worth noting there is just watching washed up Riven there. Didn't even get hit during that fight. Just I was sitting there watching them just free fight. Their autos were doing 280, 300, 350, and just from such a range, this Kale is absolutely online and devastating. They're just going for it.
They're going for the end here.
This is over.
They've got the attack speed.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Rhaegar's there. We're going home early, lads. This is what's happening, and that's the game. That was the fight right there.
Wow, well, congratulations to Moze for coming, like, at least getting their Kale back into that one and online and just destroying that game. Wow. They did not waste any time just ending and destroying and dismantling TLI there as a statement. You got to wonder if the roster swap was the answer, or, you know what I mean? You got to wonder with how convincingly they won in the second game if switching out their roster was a good call, but both these teams will have a chance to back up everything they want to say in playoffs, which will be beginning here in just a couple weeks. In the meantime, I have been Tame along with Rookter here. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in today, and thank you guys for enjoying the stream. And stick around for playoffs coming up here in just a few weeks.
Exactly, Tame. Yeah, excellent series coming out. Very quick finish coming out for Moze Gaybar as well. Kenny Marcelin, absolute clinic there in that last game team fight, providing so much CC, just allowing Gondi Donut and Washed Up River just to be able to provide that CS. Mowgli, the cat as well. Skating up nicely into the game, ended up with a suitable amount of AP, stacking that Word of Ages up very nicely, and providing victors in this week 6 of the Dominate Premade League. Certainly very enjoyable here at Risen Esports.
Signing out. See you guys next time.